Good evening, the evening news. I am Tajuddin Amodu. Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has said some of the goals of the federal government in pursuing a just energy transition agenda, among other issues, is just the energy transition agenda is seeking, among other issues, adequate climate finance, especially through the African Carbon Market initiatives. He made this known while receiving a delegation from the US-based Rocky Mountain Institute, an international think tank involved in the issue of energy transition for the last 40 years. Professor Osinbajo had earlier in the day virtually participated in a progress meeting of the Market Initiative Steering Committee, where the progress of the plans on broadening the market in Nigeria and Africa was revealed. He said the federal government will be working on issues of climate finance, specific projects that will advance the 2060 net zero target of Nigeria and exploring the possibility of electric vehicle in the country. According to the Vice President, Nigeria will consider the decommissioning of generators, development of cooking stoves, think through options such as electric cars. The steering committee noted that it plans to attain $1 billion in total commitments by buyers before COP28 later this year. The Senate has passed 35 of the 44 bills in the Constitutional Amendment bills to the President for assent, indicating that they have bowed to the pressure of the State Governors Reviewser to pass the Local Government Autonomy Clause. The lawmakers directed the clerks to the National Assembly to transmit the 35 bills that have met the requirements of the provision of Section 9, subsection 2 of the Constitution to the President for assent. The Constitution demands that at least 24 state assemblies must have passed the bill before the Constitutional Amendment bill is transmitted to the President for assent. So far, the 35 bills have been considered by the 27 state houses of assembly and approved by at least 24 state assemblies as required by law. The states are Osun, Abia, Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Cross River, and Delta. Others are Ebonyi, Edo, Ekiti, Enugu, Imo, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kogi, Lagos, Nasarawa, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Rivers, and Yobe State. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, assured Nigerians that it will replicate the Osun and Ekiti governorship election success story come next month in Nigeria. The assurance was given at the Election Monitoring and Support Center EMSC Amber Zone Implementers Workshop for 2023 general elections. In his address, Lagos State Resident Electoral Commissioner Olusegun Agbaje stressed that the support center remains a proactive measure to reducing challenges during elections. He explained that since the constitutional responsibility and obligation of INEC were to conduct free, fair, and credible elections, the Commission must demonstrate its ingenuity, capability, commitment, and determination to undertake a credible polls next year. Special Advisor to INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Kuna harped on the need to take inventory of readiness state by state and council by council in order to have a clear assessment of readiness statuses, as well as to have total control over all planned activities. In the meantime, the Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision by a 5-man panel of justices, affirmed Oladipupo Adebutu as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, for the forthcoming governorship election in Ogun State. The Apex Court held that only an aspirant that participated in the primary election conducted for the purpose of nominating candidates of a political party could lawfully challenge the outcome. The court dismissed the appeal that was lodged before it by an aggrieved governorship aspirant of the party in the state, Jimmy Lawal. Lawal challenged the list of delegates that was used in the conduct of the governorship primary election of the party held in the state, arguing that the list, which contained names of political appointees, was not in tandem with names of delegates that were democratically elected at the World Congresses. The appellants, among other things, sought a court order to invalidate the outcome of the said primary election and for an order to compel the PDP to conduct a fresh one. However, both the Federal High Court and the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal dismissed the case for lacking of merit. Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Okon Effiong, has ordered immediate arrest of vigilantes and groups carrying firearms in any part of the state. This came as some vigilantes were seen, especially in the Diobu area of Port Harcourt, brandishing arms, including pump-action rifles, with various frightening uniforms. The situation had raised concern in the metropolis, with many residents saying they had not seen the local security outfits in such attires during the day. Speaking on the development, spokesperson to the State Police Command, Grace Irinje Koko, said vigilantes were not licensed to carry arms. The State Police spokesperson had given a stern warning to the local security outfits not to carry arms, adding that vigilantes had no power to arrest people and keep them in detention. World Bank's Nigeria Country Director, Shubham Chaudhary, had said the country needs urgent regulatory and policy reforms at the federal and state levels to unlock additional 6.7% yearly growth over the next 20 years. Mr. Chaudhary disclosed this during the Business Professional Forum, which held in Lagos. He said Nigeria must prioritize reforms for short and medium terms of macroeconomics, institutional enablers, and investment accelerators. He said Nigeria should adopt a single market reflective exchange rate, noting that despite a surge in oil export revenues, foreign exchange reserves held at the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, are falling and have declined in 2022, while the exchange rate in the private market had surged. Mr. Chaudhary said petrol subsidies disproportionately benefit richer households and certainly leaks to neighboring countries, adding that Nigeria's petrol prices are the lowest in the region, thereby creating strong incentive for smuggling to neighboring countries. And now to sport. The Interim Management Committee for the Nigeria Premier Football League had ruled that matches of the competition will run as scheduled to ensure a smooth conclusion of the season. In a statement signed by the committee's head of operations, Davidson Oume, the committee said it took the decision to avert disruption of the calendar, adding that it had already received a draft of request for fixture rescheduling a number of Nigeria Professional Football League clubs. The statement cited a directive from the Nigeria Football Federation, which frowned at the deluge of requests seen as threatening the integrity of the committee. The IMC explained that the directive is in response to a chaotic demand for fixture changes that, if not checked, could undermine the value of the NPFL. And on the foreign scene, Burkina Faso government has clarified that it has asked France to pull its troops out of insurgency-hit country within a month. Report says France has around 400 special forces soldiers stationed in junta-led Burkina Faso, but relationships have deteriorated in recent months. Government spokesperson Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo said the step is not the end of diplomatic relations between Burkina Faso and France, adding that termination is normal and foreseen in terms of the agreement. French President Emmanuel Macron had said Paris was awaiting clarifications from Ouedraogo over the pullout calls. Government spokesperson stated that the insurgency has claimed the lives of thousands and driven at least 2 million other people to flee their homes. And that ends the evening news on Osbc. Join us at 7 for the major reports.
jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká ní ìṣọ̀kan. Kí Ọ̀ṣun kó lè gòkè àgbà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a ní